Yes, it's the Gibbon Gang. What is it? Convention? No. Hangout? No. Uh, I don't know. What is it, guys? I forgot.
Reunion.
Is it a reunion?
Oh, it's a reunion. That's right. That means that we were Gibbon Gang at one time. We stopped meeting and now we're getting together again. So welcome to the first something Gibbon Gang reunion. So make sure you have your Gibbon Gang whatever's available to us. And so I have here my fellow Gibbon Gang members. We have Doug Bratton. How you doing, Doug?
Doing great. Thanks
Good.
for having me, Joe. I'm excited to join the
we
reunion.
talked about this, right? And we also have the one, the only Matt Woods here as well.
This guy. Oh no. How did you rope me into this, Joseph?
I don't know, but I'll tell you something. We kind of roped each other into this. You know, I saw some comments on some I forget if it was one of mine or some other video that was there, and some people were saying, gee, I really miss getting together. It was great having the community and all that. And so Doug and I started talking about it a little bit. Matt got involved talking about it a little bit. And then I wrote a note to Reggie. I said a few things to him, you know, and then I said, you know, Reggie, we're thinking of doing kind of this reunion type of thing. You know, it's Gibbon Gang, maybe Gibbon Gang reunion or something. I said, but is it okay with you? You know, that goes, and he says, yes. He says, let the Gibbon Gang live on, you know. So we got together. We decided to do something this Wednesday night to try to get some of the gang together, do a little bit of talking, a little bit of reminiscing. And we do have a special guest, but he's just not here yet. So we'll bring him when we get the opportunity to do that. But this is going to be interactive. So if you want, I'm going to first bring in not the special guest, but nonetheless in his own. Wait a minute. The special guest has arrived.
Oh,
whoa.
Just waiting for him to show up. And here he is. Wayne, Squirrel Madness. How you doing?
Wayne!
What an amazing!
Oh my gosh!
What a surprise!
Hey everyone!
Wayne!
How you doing, Wayne?
Ah,
Surprise!
Surprise to everybody. Wayne,
Woo!
it's so great to
Surprise!
have you here.
It couldn't be a
One of the
Gibbon
OG
Gang reunion
comic
without.
book crowd guys. How you doing, my friend?
I'm very good. How are you?
We're doing great. We're doing great. We see your new place.
Yeah, a bit of it.
You got Captain
Wayne, you are
America
looking
behind you.
amazing, my man. You're looking healthy as can be. Way
Oh,
to
thank
go.
you.
Great. That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just my little temporary office. I'm gonna deck it out later once I get a proper desk and everything. So, but it's great. I'm enjoying my new house. It's beautiful to live in the country, and you know, it's awesome. So
We saw some of the photographs you gave us and so forth, and I think it was, you know, it looks really beautiful there. It looks like
Yeah.
a really nice.
thank you.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's my little slice of heaven. It's what I've always wanted. So I'm really happy.
That's great.
So,
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So have you been doing anything comics or just kind of managing your, no, not even managing your
I
great
haven't,
collection?
other than moving my books from my old house to my new house, I haven't touched a comic book in like 2 years.
Whoa. Wow.
I basically walked away at this point, but not necessarily permanently. I just needed a break. And
Sure.
I've been happy having a break, but it's not like they haven't been on my mind. I've just stepped away from the community. I've stepped away from like making it like such a central part of my life.
Right.
But my house has a room that I've said is the comic room. It's in the basement. It's in the back. It has no windows, and it's large, and it's the perfect place. It's the perfect place away from everything that I can turn it into a comic room. So once I'm so inclined, I might just end up doing that.
And I think the key is really to do it nice and easy, to whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
And you're right, not to let it take over your life. I think that's the real answer there.
Moderation is the key.
Right. Yeah, I mean, not to make this conversation about me, but I think for me, I'll approach collecting differently when I go back into it. I'll focus more on the things that I love, the things that the collections, the books that I want to complete runs of, not just grab a lot of books. And I may or may not come back to social media. I haven't decided, or if I do, it'll be like sparingly. I think, you know, I got burned out by everything. So
there's always room in the comic book crowd for you. You know, it's only once a month. It's very sparingly.
I appreciate that. And I've thought about coming back, but I feel so out of touch, right? I couldn't tell you anything about anything happening in the comic world. I couldn't
Neither
tell
can
you
I.
about the values of books. I couldn't tell you anything right now. So
Can't
I'd have
tell
to
you that
relearn.
Can't tell you
I
that
don't
either.
know
We
any
tried-
of
we
that.
tried
I
to
have
come
no
up with-
clue what a value is anymore.
Yeah.
So you're not.
How are you guys? I hear.
We're
I
doing
see.
great.
Isolation's getting a trade, which is great. Congratulations.
Right, and
That's
we'll
awesome.
talk about that in a bit. But I do want to acknowledge the people that have joined us, because we do have a
Yes.
lot of people that are part of the Gibbon gang, and then we want to give them an opportunity to join the live stream as long as we have room for them.
Yep.
So let's start at the top. Let's spend a couple of minutes doing this. So see, Madam was in here early. All
Hey,
right,
Madam.
so it's good. Hopefully she'll be able to come by.
Hey, Steph.
We have Las Cruces also. Nice to see you here. We have Steve White, one of my
Steve,
pals.
My former neighbor, almost.
Yeah, right. Brad Wellborn, another Canadian. Trev, the shipping guru. Yes, Trev.
I got it.
Oh,
Here we
you got
go,
it?
Trev.
You gotta make sure you got it.
Oh,
Trev.
cool.
All right, good. Yes, there's Tina. Mr.
Yay.
Well, we're here. This is today. We're gonna
Tina.
join. Everybody's gonna be here. Let's see who else we've got that has joined us today. We got Mark Andrews, who I know will be here.
Yeah.
That he's
Who
a
else
good
do we
guy.
have? Bulldog, yes. Good to see you here
Bulldog.
too. Fantastic. Haven't seen you in a while. Who else do we have that's shown up so far and is commenting? Some people show up, but they don't comment. That's fine. Jeffrey. Yes, you made
Hey.
it.
That's my
Hey.
buddy right there.
Yeah. Good to see him. All right, let's see. Who else do we have? Ah, there he is. Dave, the man Bratton. Could have been Carnage Crew. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think I would fit.
Yeah, not so. Who else? Let's see. We got Bulldog, we got Jeff already.
I saw
Gary
Sydney.
B. Good to see you, Gary. Thanks for stopping by. Anybody else? Let's see. Pretty fly for a Filipino guy.
Oh, awesome.
How you doing, Lenny? Good to see you, my friend.
Lenny.
And the one, the only, Milt Miller. Yes, Milt.
Woo. The champion.
Woo. What a man.
Hey, Milt, they're looking good.
Yeah.
Although I don't know the score right now. So
Not as good as the Yankees.
this is true.
Randy. I was just telling
Hey.
telling somebody the other day about the great Justice League drawing you gave me like 3 years ago, maybe it was, at GarageCon. I love that drawing. What
Yeah.
a talented artist. Good to see you here. It's been a while. And that's one of the reasons for this. We're hoping to get some people in here. Elizabeth. Hi, everybody. Hi. How you doing? Good to see you here. Thank you
Hey,
for
Beth.
showing up.
Hey, Beth.
Beth, right.
Team isolation.
That's right. Another great
see
artist. I mean, people are so talented here. Who else do we have here?
I
I'm
see
not
Herman.
missing anybody. Another DC fellow, Chris Bigger. All of DC watches here tonight. That's great.
Ooh, Chris Bigger from Alabama.
From
Good,
Alabama.
good dude.
Phil Tastic Comics and Art. All right, who else we have here? Oh,
I
let's
met-
acknowledge that Phil has been a member for 5 months. And of course,
Holy smokes.
membership, $1.99 a month. All the money goes to St. Jude's Hospital and Talented Towers Foundation. Thank you, Phil. Who else? We got Milt. Jeffrey. Let's see.
I see Herman, who I met at GarageCon.
Did I miss him?
CJ? Herman. Yeah, Herman.
We got
Rosen,
CJ. No,
Herman's a great
Reggie, you
dude.
never know. You never know.
I know I saw
Gary-
Simeon TSP in the chat.
Mhm.
Okay. If I've missed them, let me know because I'll go back. All right.
So
So we
nice
have
to see so many people I haven't seen or talked to in like a
Gary
dog.
is
It's like
here.
really
5
awesome.
months. Terrific.
See Bry Dazzle.
So many great people in the
And
Gibbon
then-
gang. And then there's Lenny.
And then there's Lenny.
Sorry, Filipino guy.
Hey, he's one of my pals.
He flies one of my favorite people in the whole world.
And this is Chuck Hensey. How are you, Chuck?
Hey,
Chuck.
Chuck. That's another favorite person in the whole wide world.
Yeah.
There he is. TSP, Sunday TSP. Good to see you. Long time.
hmm
I said Randy. We saw this people. Lot of good conversation. Kenneth Bird. Good to see you here tonight. Thanks for showing up. Frogs, good to see you too, my friend. Reggie collects, yes.
Yeah, I got my soldier shirt, so
Yeah, me too.
I'm representing.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite. I have about 4 of his shirts. This is my favorite.
I'm going sailing on a yacht club, according to Lenny.
Oh, my favorite was the hoodie. That was awesome.
Oh, yeah, I didn't go for
It's
that.
too hot for a hoodie, but otherwise,
Yeah.
All
you
right,
know.
Bozeman, nice to see you. Yes, thank you for showing up to the Gibbon Gang reunion.
We just started following each other again today on Instagram. So
Okay.
Fantastic. Bedazzle, yes.
I follow him on Facebook as well.
Yeah, a lot of activity on Facebook now coming up too. All right, let's see. Frogs, we said hello already.
There we go.
Tina,
Yeah.
we said hello already. Trev, Steve White, Herman. Oh, wow.
If-
A lot of conversation. A lot of conversation.
all my stuff's still packed.
I'm wearing it.
Uh-oh.
I have it. It's packed somewhere. I don't know. One of
Hope
my
it
boxes.
stays.
All right. I think we might have gotten everybody. There's a lot of. Oh, wait a minute. Ronnie Boy Comics. New name for me. Hey, good morning. Good morning to you. Good afternoon. Good evening to us.
All around the world.
Hold on. Okay, we did it.
I
We're
should
done.
hurry up and type.
And that's the
All
show.
right. So, first of all, there's somebody that's waiting. He's been waiting very patiently, so I want to bring him in. There he is, Mark Andrews. Mark.
Hey, Joe.
Mark.
And I do want to
Wayne,
post.
so good to see you.
Mark!
I mean, we're getting invaded by these Canadians, guys.
I know
Yep.
a lot of Canadians.
Yep.
I promise to post the link if other people want to join. We have 10 spots. So if you're waiting, if people see waiting, you're not gonna have to wait. It's over. It's too late.
As long as you don't let Bigger on, it's good.
Oh, really? Is that it? Well, I
Bigger says you're his nemesis.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why. Just
I
Anyway,
love it.
now why now it won't let me pin it. What's going on? Why is it doing that?
Uh-oh.
Thanks.
uh-oh.
What kind of a Gibbon reunion would it be if we weren't having problems? that
Serious
Gibbon
problem.
creates?
It would not be the same at
That's the
all.
whole reason that there is a Gibbon.
All right, there it is. There's the link. Let me see if it lets me.
Hey, while you're doing that, Joe,
It lets me ban myself.
Hey, Joe, while you're doing that, let me give people the history of what the Gibbon is and what the Gibbon Gang and how it came to be.
There we go.
We got a
See-
few people. We got Trev and we got Phil.
Phil,
Rev
good
and
guy.
Phil.
Good day.
So early on in Reggie's YouTube career, when he was still doing shows in the kitchen, he was having a lot of technical difficulties. And if you guys have ever heard of a gremlin, like whenever there's a mistake or there's some type of snafu, people blame it on gremlins. Well, Reggie decided to pick the Gibbon because that was Stan Lee's last book that he ever wrote in ASM 110. So he would always blame all these technical snafus on the Gibbon. And before you know it, I think it was Tina that really started using the term Gibbon Gang more than anyone else. So that is how it all came to be, all because of a comic book character and a play on the term gremlin. Kind of like you just
Matt,
had there, Joe.
Man, I've got the Gibbon, but he's hiding your beautiful face, so I'm going to get rid of the Gibbon.
Oh no, you can leave
I
the
can
Gibbon
move.
there. You
I
can
can
leave the
move.
Gibbon there. That's-
Actually, Matt, if you move the other way, it kind of looks like he's just resting on your shoulder.
yeah. There you go.
Like a good angel, bad angel.
There you
Good
go.
enough, that angel. Yeah.
Now it's on top of Wayne, so that's not
Oh.
good.
There you go.
There you go. Better.
So there we go. I can deal with it.
Well, the funny thing about it, that whole Gibbon Gang thing, I mean, it really was the community that was there. And I still remember when I first when I first discovered Reggie, and it was because I was interested, as I do now, in how to clean and press comic books. And so when I searched, I saw this guy, and he had, if you remember that video, he had like a set of videos, maybe it was 3 in a row. So it was good. It was very simple, very easy the way he did it. And so I then started to kind of tune in, watch his videos. Then I saw he had like this Sunday night show, So I started watching on Sunday night when I could. And, the rest is history, I guess. Because I know I wouldn't be here now on YouTube if it wasn't for him and for Matt and Tina and a few other people then that encouraged me. But I think that was kind of the start of it. I mean, I'm not sure how one starts doing this type of stuff or how long he was going on there. But I think he was out of the kitchen by the time that I started watching him. I don't think I saw him in the kitchen. So
Very cool. So I just want to say it was because of Reggie Collects and the
Roggs is here, and so is Steve the Borscht.
I'm here for 20 minutes
interesting.
only.
I wouldn't
Just
have
a
met
heads
Wayne,
up. I
wouldn't have
wanted
met-
to come in for 20 minutes because I have
Sure.
another show at 9, but thank you for having me.
No, that's great. I'm glad you put something in the comments because you guys are on the bottom line now. And if I don't pull it down, I won't even
Wait,
see
I
it.
have one question for you. Who's
Yeah.
Alice? Who's in the role of Alice tonight?
Oh, the Brady Bunch.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
Brady.
Is it better like this?
There we go.
there.
I like where the Gibbon is. Wait a minute. I
I'll
like
put
the
on my
Gibbon.
gray wig if I need to.
Hey, the Gibbon's setting on Mark's head.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get rid of him now. Okay.
That's-
All right, now, Mark, what were you saying, buddy?
I was saying if it wasn't for Reggie's show, Steve White, I would have. Where is he? He's way down the corner now. And
Yeah,
Wayne,
he's wait. I'll represent for Steve.
and
He's
and Wayne, I would have never met these two fine gentlemen. And we hung out
Yep.
at Fan Expo for one
Yeah.
year, and had a hoot, and
Yep.
continued to meet. And we don't live that far away from each other in our terms.
Well, I was going to say you're a little
Oh my
further
God.
north.
Not far away.
It's only
Don't you live
6 or
maybe
7 hours. It's
Yeah,
fine.
it's only 6 or 7 hours, and I wouldn't have met any. I wouldn't have met any of the people in the chat or in the panel. And Reggie's show really became international. Like there's people from all over the place, England and everywhere. And it's if it wasn't for those Wednesday night shows and those Sunday night shows, and particularly for me, if Reggie hadn't have reached out, because he and I talked a lot offline, right? If he hadn't reached out to me and asked me to come on and be a guest, I would have never ever done this, and I wouldn't have been on any other shows. You know,
Agreed.
shooting the
I
breeze.
would
and
never have asked you if I didn't had seen you before and know that you released could.
at least I could do it. And I just because I want to make sure everyone knows. I do have my
That's your
original,
ticket. Your golden ticket.
and here's my other golden ticket.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh,
So that one is
Let me show you. Let me show you here.
yeah. What makes
So
this
are
one
you
so
going
cool?
to the Mark? Are you going to the factory now?
so there we go. That's 1976. The Gibbon's first appearance in England for 60.
Where do you find these things? I mean, I'm
Yeah,
telling
like,
you, it's crazy.
you're amazing.
Where do you get these wonderful toys?
Boys,
Right.
I just find them. Anyway, I'm
Well, you're
just
still
really
part of the Commonwealth.
yep. I'm just appreciative of this crowd. I'm appreciative of the people in the chat and the knowledge that everyone's been able to share, the talent that I've been able to see. And for an old time collector like myself, who's been doing this for a long time, long time, if it wasn't for the show on Reggie's show and Reggie Collects and the Gibbon Gang, I don't think I would have still the same enthusiasm I have today for it.
Well, that's great.
100%.
And it's
So
just
I got something to say real quick. Whenever
Alright.
you're ready.
So there's 10 of us, so you just got to talk over somebody. That's okay.
Yeah. So I didn't know Reggie. I heard a lot of things in the community about Reggie. It's funny because a lot of people know me as a card dude because I started with sports cards.
Right.
Trev knows. Trev and I have known each other for a few years. I started with sports cards, and then I saw channels doing comics, and I was like, man, that looks fun because I grew up loving Batman. I'm a 90s kid, but I caught up with later Batman, and I watched the movies of DC and Marvel and stuff. And I never knew Reggie, but I heard great things about him through Trev and a bunch of others. I wish I could have met him. He seems like one cool dude. And you guys on the panel are all legends. I've seen each and every one of you around the community. I'm closest probably with Trev and Steve and you, Joe. But I've seen and Phil Tastic, but I've seen everyone around here. I'm around the community. But I really dove into comics. Like, it's funny. It was during the Chiefs Eagles Super Bowl. I go to my friend's house, And I'm like, so you have these
Great
cool
Super Bowl.
statues. Do you yeah. Do you have comics? He's like, yeah, I'm actually trying to get rid of some. I'm actually showing one tomorrow on Gary B's. It was Radioactive Spider-Gwen #1. He's like, hey, here's a comic, get you started. So now I've started collecting comics because I've known Trev and stuff. But to get to Reggie, I wish I could have met the dude. Obviously had a big impact, and yeah, shout out to the panel in the chat. You guys, again, Joe, thanks for having me. Uh,
Anytime. And you
this
never
is gonna
know,
be a great show.
you might still meet him at some point in time.
That's right. Never say never.
Never say
And you
never.
know
could be
what?
right outside your door right
I
now.
think, and it's crazy. I'm still doing cards and I'm still doing sport comics, but I've learned so much through the comic community. At first, I was like, "Oh, they're never going to accept a sports card guy. They're going to be like, oh, go back to your sports cards, whatever, blah blah blah." But like Trev, Steve, there's like hundreds of people I can thank. Um, they welcomed a sports card guy into the comic community with open arms. And I'm
Absolutely.
like, wow,
Yeah.
this is
Yep.
this is a whole new world for me. I'm thankful because now I have another thing I can do additionally to my channel. So to you guys on the panel, to you guys in the chat, whoever makes content or supports me and others in this huge, awesome community, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Rods, it's great. As a matter of fact,
One
Spelling's
of us.
asking me to go on
One of us.
on a
One
Saturday
of
night.
us.
And
One
so
of us.
I'm trying to figure out a night when I'd be able to stay up for 3 hours until 2 a.m. here. But I did. It was kind of funny. I was going through this box of some old stuff that I had, and I found an unopened pack of Topps baseball cards from 2000. I said,
Ooh.
"Oh,
Open 'em up.
I'm going to hold
Open
on
'em
to
up.
this, and if I make it on there sometime this summer, after probably drinking a pot of espresso, I said I'll open it up because I know he does the
Yeah.
cards. It's a big, comic book cards, whatever. It does all this different stuff there. So cards and baseball, and comics.
I was
a lot
going
of
to
it's
say,
comic book-
we can collect both. Like, there's no
Right.
rules.
Yeah, exactly, Matt.
That's
Exactly.
right.
You
But,
mean you can collect more than one thing?
Yeah. Bring the cards.
What?
baby. Bring the cards.
It gets expensive.
Really?
Mark, it doesn't mean you collect everything, okay?
No.
Why not?
But
But like I
He's
said,
got a
I
big
gotta go in
basement. He's
15
fine.
minutes. But again, gents, pleasure for those who I haven't met formally on a stream. Pleasure to meet you guys.
Nice to meet
Thanks
you.
for coming
you.
by.
Very
We
welcome.
appreciate it.
Very
We'll see you around. That's
Yeah. I'll be here like 10 more minutes, and then
okay. Gonna hang out. Sure,
someone's
that's
calling
fine.
me to be on.
After that, you get charged double.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That,
Cars parked out
all
front.
of my people talk to your people.
Right.
99 cents a minute.
Exactly right.
So, anybody else have a Reggie story or something you want to bring up? We could before we get into. Okay,
Just
Wayne.
really quickly, I just want to say, very similar, kind of situation where to you, Joe, where I kind of discovered Reggie. I went away from comics for 25 years and I came back and it was a totally different world. Like things were, before, it was, mint, fine, now there's numbers and there's plastic cases and there's all sorts of stuff I didn't understand. So I went online to try to find something. One of the first people that I came across was Reggie on YouTube. And I thought, this guy's awesome. Like he explains things really clearly. He is just down to earth. Like just everything about him just struck a chord with me in terms of like, this is cool. So I just started watching his videos and going back and then started joining the live streams and Reggie introducing me to so many awesome people who became my friends. Even though I've stepped away from the community and I've stepped away from collecting now for a little while, it's still there, and it's made a huge impact on my life. And I can't thank Reggie enough. I mean, I went from Canada down to to his house for a garage con, for crying out loud, because I wanted to meet him
That was
and
great.
tell him how awesome he was. and to meet all the wonderful people from the Gibbon gang who were there that year. And I got to meet so many awesome people. It was a great adventure. But I mean, he and the gang just really made my life better. It really did. You know, I stepped away for my own reasons, but you know, it just Reggie has such an impact on everybody. Like, I mean, I'm sad to see him leave the community the way that things have worked out right now, but hopefully one day he'll find his way back. And but at the very least, thank you, Jeff. Me too. But you know, the fact that he brought us all together, we're still here, you know, now, it is an amazing legacy he left behind, right? So
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah.
You know what? To touch on Wayne real quick, like I said, it's family. I may not know each of you in person. Well, I'm gonna meet some of you in person next week, but yeah, we're all one big family.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I mean, some of us have gone out to, you know, really taken an effort to meet other people and to join up, because no matter what your background is, no matter what your, you know, I don't know, religion, politics, whatever it happens to be, we have something in common. And it really has drawn us together. And I think really that's the way things should be. You know,
Amen.
you know,
Absolutely.
you should celebrate the things that you have in common, you know, and things that you don't are fine, because everybody, you know, does what they want to do, and everybody comes from a different background, you know, grow up differently and all of that. And so I think what Reggie was for I think for most of us is he was kind of the glue that got us together and gave us kind of the
Absolutely.
rationale and the reason
Yep.
to say, hey, you know, we're kind of like an extended family in that respect. And I do know that there are people that really reach out and help other people as well when they're in need, you know, and I think that's part of it.
I've got to. Oh, sorry,
Go ahead.
Joe, to interrupt.
Yeah.
I am so sorry to interrupt. I've got to run, gentlemen. It's been a pleasure.
Well, thank you so
care.
much for stopping
See
by. I
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Take
Love
care,
you
Bronx.
all.
See you.
See you around the community.
All right, see you. Take care, buddy. Bye.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
You know, there's lots of touching, kind things I could say about Reggie and the impact he's had on my life, and a big part of that was introducing me to all of you. But if you'll allow me, I'll share a funny Reggie story.
Sure.
My experience might not be unique. I'm curious of this. When Reggie and I were in San Diego Comic-Con for the release of Isolation 1, I asked him if he remembered our first conversation online, because I knew he did not. And he thought it was when I reached out to submit a blog post to see if he wanted to use me for blogs. And that is not the first time. The first time was one of my first live streams when I saw he had a giveaway every Sunday night. I decided to try and enter it. And if you carefully read all the instructions, or you've done it before, it was not hard to enter, but it was not an intuitive, easy process for a newbie. And
especially if you didn't read the instructions.
Well, especially like me, if you breeze through them. So I went on the community tab, and in the comments posted like the secret word, my name and address.
Oh no.
I was out comic hunting with my brother, and my phone, I get a message from Reggie, and I'm like, he was like a celebrity to me. You know, I'd never talked to him, and I was like, oh my gosh, what's this about? And it was like, dude, don't ever post the secret word. Do not ever put your name and address on the internet. And that was our first interaction. So
That's funny.
and I'm sure I'm not the only person to make that mistake on his giveaway.
Oh no.
I
Before
can
we
touch
go
on
on,
this, Lenny.
I think Pretty Fly has a good point here, and I
Pretty
think we
Fly hit it on
want
the
to
head.
talk about Tina and all that she's done. I mean, a
Tina.
tremendous, the OG Blue Wrench,
Yes.
tremendous individual. I mean, we could do a whole. I think we could do a whole hour tribute to Tina. I would
Yeah.
say.
Yes.
Easily.
I mean, one of
I've
the
actually had
kindest people-
conversations with Reggie about Tina and how much that she means to his channel. Not only helping to moderate, but like just giving advice to people, just being a nice person. One of the first things, it's kind of hard for me to show. Honestly, within a month of me watching Reggie's live streams, Tina's sending me this amazing Darth Vader statue for my kid. Like, I didn't even know Tina. And she's like, yeah, hey, okay, here you go. And like this amazing statue shows up in the mail one day. And she's such a warm, just good-natured human being. But she helped make the Gibbon Gang run.
Yep. I'm
Well,
a member.
we're all afraid of her too.
That goes to my
She's
story.
the sheriff.
Whenever I joined,
But she is one of the nicest people I've ever known in my entire life. I can't even say enough about her, and we've remained friends to this day. So she's just the best.
Don't cross Tina, man. Tina don't play.
I'm only saying it because she'll come up here and kill me if I don't know.
Exactly.
No, Tina's the best, really.
Tina's crucial in me joining the community. Whenever I joined, Tina was so nice to me in the comments, along with other people. It's mainly Reggie was there. He was very receptive for as big of a channel as he was, very receptive to replying to comments, DMs. But it was mainly the community that brought me in. Tina just being nice to me. Matt Woods, Randy Resnake. I remember everybody just welcoming me. And then whenever I started my channel, the first 2 videos was an AOK from Reggie and an AOK from Tina. So it was just an amazing community. Like you guys said, spearheaded by Tina for sure.
Yeah, she's everywhere.
Well,
you see her on every channel.
And Reggie was really good about cultivating an atmosphere through the show.
Yep.
That was receptive, sometimes a little, irreverent, maybe sometimes a lot irreverent, but still in a respectful, fun way, as opposed to it being cutthroat, which allowed all these people to come in and, to feel comfortable to message him, because it was weird for me. I met a lot of you guys on one of these Patreon chats during the lockdown. Yeah, I know it's where I met Wayne for the first time and a couple of others. And everyone had just been names on a screen. All of a sudden, we've got real faces, and Reggie's looking at us. Oh, that's what you look like. Okay, well, oh yeah, you look like about what you sound like. Yeah, okay, yeah. And but it was that atmosphere, which then, when he finally started bringing some of us on guests to be guest stars outside of Doug, who was sort of the default guest, he was able to reach out to some of us and say, hey, would you come on and and do a bit, whatever, or talk about this, or
help him make sense of the whatever was the problem.
That's right.
Yep.
And some of us were trying to make sense of it as we'd only heard about it 10 minutes before the show. We were like, oh, really? Let me Google this real quick.
Yes.
I'll be an expert. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, Googling.
The comics pundit, man, you can never be wrong. And even if you are, they're going to bring you back anyway. So it's great.
Yeah, for a while, he used to bring me in to talk about DC, but then he stopped doing it. I think Mark Andrews told him to stop, actually.
I never told him to stop. Come on now. I've been reprieving myself and showing you some of my DC
He
books.
never told him. He wrote it in a chat.
I wrote it in a chat.
In a message.
Joe, someone started this thing called DC Watch, and he realized there were other people he could pull in to talk about DC.
There you go.
There wasn't just Joe, the only DC reader.
That's all. That's right.
Yeah, where's Chris Bigger, your nemesis?
Well, he's still there somewhere. I'm waiting for him
here.
to come zooming in because there's a spot.
Well, one of the things I want to say about Reggie is what a fantastic moderator he was. No matter who he had on to talk about any topic, he could guide them smoothly and effortlessly through a conversation. So even if you come in and you're not sure, or you think you know what you want to say, but you're kind of worried about it, he'd be like, no, he'd ask you the right questions and he'd take your answer, hear what you're saying, and he would then be like, okay, let's guide it a little bit over to this side of the conversation. And by the end, you're like, had an amazing talk. And it's informative. And you learn something from the person coming on, and it was all thanks to Reggie being so effortless.
And for those of us who are on the other side, who knew what a almost improv situation it was, We go back and watch it and go, wow, that sounded almost intelligent. What
What do you mean? Really?
Know what I was talking about.
It was scripted, was it? Was it scripted?
Now, before he started to having guests on live or on screen, he started doing this show called Roll Call. I don't know if you guys remember that, but he would actually make a phone call, and he would have a phone call interview. And he called me one time. I knew it was happening ahead of time, but it was actually it was about this comic book room putting this together, and you hit it right on the head, Chuck. He just guided you right through the questions, like you felt at ease, like you didn't know what you were going to say, but he just had the right questions to get you to open up. He was a really good moderator.
He was. He was.
Well, still is. He's still around. Not on YouTube anymore.
And the quality of guests he had were great as well.
Oh yeah, Matt Woods.
Thanks, Trev. Thanks.
Get that out of the way.
Seriously.
Thank you, Trev.
I mean, Doug Bratton.
I felt that if Disney Plus ever had the foresight to do a Marvel-themed comic talk show, that Reggie would have been a perfect co-host with, a Marvel legend or an artist or writer or somebody, and maybe they'll hear this someday and reach out and get Reggie, because he would be incredible at that.
I think they're busy counting money at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean wasting it?
So listen, one thing that he did do on Sunday nights was to give away, for a long time, give away a slab. So Matt, do you want to talk about that a little bit?
I do. Reggie collects on his Ready, Set, Go Sunday night show, and it used to be 10 o'clock at night Eastern, because it was 7 in the West Coast. Actually, it might even have been 10:30. Okay, but thank goodness he moved to the East Coast. But here's just a little bit of data. His very first giveaway from Go Collects sponsored the Ready, Set, Go show. The first slab that was given away was a True Believers edition of Fantastic Four 48 on February 17th, 2019. Now, Reggie's very first show was February 12th, 2018. So within a year, he has a legit sponsorship.
Right.
He ended up giving away 125 different slabs over the course of, a little more than 2 years.
Yep.
The very last one was a Gambit first appearance, an X-Men annual number 14 and 9.6. He gave that away on July 4th, 2021. And on May 16th, it was a Sunday, and it was late, there was a gentleman by the name of Doug Bratton who ended up winning Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen's 134, 4.5. And I remember that date very well. Doug, why do I remember that date so well?
Because it was the day you were the runner-up, and if I didn't show up, you would have gotten it.
I was number 2. True story. But
what I loved about those giveaways was the wide variety of books which were there. And I remember he had the Peanuts one, and I was sitting there going, "This is awesome."
I wanted that one.
Well, so did I. And I'm sitting there going, "This is great." He's got a Peanuts one. Nobody wants this book but me.
Nope, we all wanted it.
I would have 100%.
And he got ready to do the giveaway. He was like, "I think I've had the largest number of entries for this book that I've had for you." I'm going, "No."
Actually, the largest number of entries was 428. That happened on April 25th, 2021 for a Batman Beyond Special Origin issue. And that was the most entries, was 428.
Okay.
Matt, I got to ask,
right there.
You compiled this list yourself, or did you get this?
Oh, no, I forgot to go. Oh, my goodness. I am so sorry. No, this was actually compiled by Lee Atkins. Lee Atkins, who was
he moderates. He's still
big moderator on the Discord server. He set it up. Lee Atkins is one of those founding members of the Gibbon gang, almost invaluable member of the Gibbon gang. But no, this was not mine, not one bit.
That's cool, though. He loves data. I know Reggie loves.
Oh, yeah, he loves data.
Yeah.
Randy, you won twice.
Yeah, he did.
You lucky duck.
Couldn't win once.
That's awesome.
I noticed something really weird though about this Excel or Access document. My name's not on it. I never won. Not once.
Mine almost was.
I barely ever showed up in the top 10. I think like once or twice.
Yeah, I don't think my name's on there either.
And I know mine's not. I'm like Wayne. I never got anywhere close to the top 10. I got the first page one time. I was like, sweet, I'm on the first page.
Yeah, just about there.
To give you guys what kind of pull that the Reggie Collects Ready, Set, Go show had, you got to keep in mind, like, this was a sponsor. Go Collect sponsored this, and they sponsored. Now, the values, this is the values at the time that they were given out, but it was over $21,000 in a relatively short amount of time. So Go Collect was really banking on getting some subscribers, and I'm still a subscriber to Go Collects to this day.
Yeah. That's the only reason I'm a subscriber is because of Reggie's show. But he introduced me to Go Collect.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't.
I was actually just on it today.
Yeah.
So this is not.
But of course, only 26.8% were DC books.
Yeah.
Whereas 59.8% were Marvel books.
Well, of course, because there's more good Marvel books than DC books. Anyway,
nobody wants those Marvel books.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
Where are you, Chris?
Serious now.
Well, so Matt, why don't we do a giveaway like Reggie did? You want to show the book?
All right. Hey, we have a book, a nice book. All right. And if you look on here, this was the very first Reggie Collects alternate cover, okay? Or variant cover. Forgive me, that's the term, variant. This was Gung Ho #7. It came out, it was published by Blaze in 2020. The artist is, I always want to say Yukio Smith, but I know that I'm mispronouncing the gentleman's name, but he was
nailed it, actually.
What's that?
I think you nailed it, actually.
Yukio? Okay, my bad. Reggie had commissioned him to do a variant cover, and it incorporated the Gibbon, kind of a Gibbon, okay, and some characters from the comic book itself. But if you look at it, it's kind of an homage to ASM 110. It definitely gives off that feel. So, shout out to that. But this is going to be tonight's giveaway. I'm going to end up giving this book away.
And let's see. So here we go. And Matt gave, and I want to say Matt is the one who gave me the hashtag for this.
That's not true, Joe. You made it up. Don't lie.
The hashtag is Matt Woods.
I don't know what that is.
A little self-promotion. Come on now. There's nothing wrong with that.
Jackson Roy Cook when you need them.
That's the best hashtag.
Woods. So put your hashtag Matt Woods in there.
Should have said Matt Woods is awesome. That should have been the hashtag.
Too much typing.
Too much typing.
I mean, I remember when that first came out, we were all very excited about that.
Absolutely. It's a cool book. Actually, I've read this whole series. I love the Gung Ho series.
Yeah, I read through it too. But the thing about it was, think about how things just progressed to the point where, thanks I think in large part to Doug, suddenly there was a Swolger publishing company.
Yep.
As well. So and it became so much bigger than just going out and getting a variant cover with your name and stuff on it and so forth. So I mean, just think about that. So it's just like an amazing progression over the space of many years, really. You know. So but that was the nature of him and his show, and the fact that he just had this. I mean, he basically does, I think, marketing or has done marketing, and he's involved in the corporate area. When we used to talk, sometimes we used to talk about how a lot of things that were involved in the corporate life and training and things like that could be applied to collecting comic books. So a lot of our conversations were around that topic because we had that in common. Because I worked in corporate law and privacy for 32 years, and so. And believe me, I went through a lot of training, a lot of things, a lot of bullhickey stuff that I just had to go. But some stuff that actually was quite good. But you learned basically how to do these projects, how to go about presenting things and so forth. and that really made a difference. And sometimes he would have a show and he would apply something. I would write to him and go, yeah, how did you think about this and this and that? He goes, oh yeah, and so it was kind of funny because we'd be talking about kind of our corporate lives as we were, and relating that stuff to comic books as we went along. So
something that everybody here probably knows, but that a lot of Reggie viewers didn't, is he was almost obsessed with making sure his channel did things that were unique and different. He did not want to do, just another,
same old.
Another top 10 hottest comics list. He didn't want to do, if you ever approached Reggie with an idea, if he thought it was a topic that other people weren't necessarily talking about, or if it was something, content that he could put out or be involved with that was different from what everybody else was doing, that excited him. And I think that took him to heights and to places that are very, very different from, other YouTube channels that even have more subscribers than Reggie's. He's just, he was very unique that way.
Yeah.
Is unique. He's just not doing it in the comic space anymore. Yeah.
And that's interesting too, because we all kind of strive to do some of that, but he did it kind of almost, it seemed to me, effortlessly. I mean, it takes me a while to try to do some of these things that I want to do that I think are unique. It takes me sometimes weeks to get one of them out, but he had his schedule and he kept to the schedule, and it was always informative. Live shows are always informative and fun, I would say, as well.
Always fun.
Yeah.
We had a blast.
We've got about 18 people, 23 are watching, so give you another minute or so. If some of you guys
get your hashtag in. Hey, wait, can I put a hashtag in? I'm going to.
Yeah, sure.
Can't stop me.
You can win your own book.
Win your own book. You're going to save on mailing that way, man.
Yeah, you got cheapest shipping rate.
Save on the postage, eh?
Yep.
Yeah, if you're on the panel, you could certainly put the hashtag down. No problem.
Watching Reggie do 2 shows a week on a regular basis is insane. I mean, so those of us who tried doing our own channel, and I know we got a couple of people on here who've made attempts much feebler than Joe's. I can't imagine the amount of discipline and time, and to do that. I mean, there's a lot to talk about, and especially with the Wednesday show, it was almost as much current events as it was anything else.
Yeah.
But again, to be able to do that, plus your little shorts every, Monday,
3 other
Tuesday,
short videos,
Thursday,
plus a blog.
That becomes a real job. I mean, becomes real work. I mean,
I don't know how he did it, to be honest with you.
Everything else. So
I'm retired and I don't have time to do it.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm retired.
All right, what do we say? Why don't we run this thing and see who's going to win it? All right, 19 entries. Here we go.
Here we go.
And the winner is. And it is.
Look at that.
Congrats.
Excellent. All right. So I was going
now I'm not going to send it to you, Chuck.
That's the way these things work.
Sorry, you're on the pitch. You're on the panel, man. You can't win. It's not fair. No.
Okay.
You can send this. Send your information to Matt Woods Comics at an Instagram, and he'll send it to you.
Actually, I'm glad a real fan won. So this actually makes me happy. Of course, everybody in the chat is a real fan.
Yeah,
so.
I was waiting for you to back that up. Get out of that comment.
No, of course I'm going to send it, Chuck. Chuck's my buddy. He's a fellow teacher.
Right? There you go. So nobody said rigged, so I guess we're okay.
Yeah. Well, hold
on. You got to wait for the delay, Joe.
Yeah, he'll come in.
Yeah.
We expect to see an unboxing there, Chuck, to make sure that you actually get it.
Yeah, make sure.
I got to.
At least I have something for Joe's next pickup show, so that's good.
There we go.
Go.
Nice.
Matt, I wouldn't even be part of the Gibbon gang if it wasn't for you, because I didn't even collect ASM. So thanks to Matt, I'm part of the Gibbon gang.
There you go.
Are you
Where
one
did
of the
everybody
people
get
that
their
sent that
Gibbon?
book too?
Yes.
Okay, I probably
One
sent
of your-
off half a dozen different
one of
copies.
your
Actually,
3,000
I do
copies.
remember the postage was quite north of the border, if you will, to send
Yes.
into Canada.
There's
That's
a lot of
cheap,
weight on
isn't
the
it, Joe?
back, too.
Where did everybody get their ASM 110s from?
Mine's from Tina.
Mine's from Tina.
Yeah, how many people had it gifted to them?
I had one already
Hey.
years ago, and then
Yeah.
I've been picking up every time I see one in an LCS. I grab one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had one from years ago as well because I wanted to pick up Stanley's last, written book,
One,
But then when this came out, I went out and
Oh,
I got
this is a different one.
two,
I got a couple of other ones.
three,
I sent one out to somebody. I forget.
4.
Oh yeah, it's
I
five.
got mine from eBay.
you got yours from eBay.
The seller shipped it like in a manila envelope
Oh no!
with
no.
in between
Folded
like
8 times.
2 pieces
Oh,
of
don't you hate
cardboard.
that? Ugh.
But one of the pieces of cardboard was cut just a little bit too small. So of course my mailman just like I could see the rip through the envelope. There's like just a very small kind of like 1/4 inch tear that it went through the envelope and just through like every single page of the book and right to the other side.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
but
That's
I'll
impressive.
say this: the seller, I took pictures like, hey, just so you know, you might want to use bigger cardboard. He gave me some money back for it, so yeah, it's one of those
Jeffrey.
things that I'll get a better copy of one day. I'm just not in a rush.
Jeffrey Cragen in my Instagram. Send me your address.
I will say it was funny when the Gibbon Gang stuff took off, and a lot of people went out and bought ASM 110, and it showed up on the cover price shakers list.
Yeah.
And I remember the cover price people,
Mhm.
it was the late great TiVo and others, pulling it up, going, "What in the hell is going on with this book?"
Yeah, no, I know that.
Nobody wants this book, and you can
Yeah.
see, you can hear the cover price people, typing up their script, going,
What is
just
going on?
Yeah,
And Reggie was just, I remember messaging him, and he was just like, "That was the last thing in the world I wanted to have." You didn't want to be accused of manipulating the market or anything, but it was hysterical watching everyone else in the YouTube community react to it, going,
FOMO.
right. Actually, I think it might have been on Comic Tom's top 10. Actually,
Yeah.
maybe it was him who reacted to it.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Comic
Yeah.
Tom is a part of the Gibbon Gang. He has a copy just because of Reggie.
Yeah.
Nice.
But, yeah. See, so
I have 3 copies. They're in the basement, but I'll say the same thing, Chuck, that because one of my places I always go is like auction houses that are not comic specific. So I would find comic sales that are comics that were tucked in other sales.
Yep.
And every time I saw an ASM 110, I go, "Hey, it's ASM 110." And I'd like star it to go back, and it's like, and it all looks good. I'll say like an 8.0, and all of a sudden it's like $100, $150, $200, like about 3-4 years ago. And I'm like, what the hell? I remember the Gibbon Gang like bidding against me for this book. So I'm like, okay, they can have it. But it was crazy.
ASM 110. Why is it so expensive?
It was us. We all did it.
yeah.
Reggie was very aware of that, and I
Yes, he was.
and understood his role in that and was concerned about it. He was an incredibly principled, ethical guy, to the point when we did the series, the comics that aren't the Buy These Books Now, that was really key comics that aren't in Key Collector. I remember one of the one of the ones we did that got a lot of attention. He had been unaware of the Spawn 3D #1. And before that show came out, he was like, "Oh, I really want to get this book." And I'm like, "Well, Reggie, here's one on eBay for, you can get it for like whatever, $20-$40. And he said, "No, I will not buy any of the comics that we're highlighting because someone might think I'm trying to pump and dump, like go out and buy a book, highlight them, and then sell them." So he never, like that book, he I don't want to say he's obsessed with it, but he thought it was really interesting that half the it was limited to 1,000. Half the copies were destroyed in a flood at the museum. So there are only like 500 in existence. And he would not go out and buy one before we released the video because he knew what might happen with it.
Yep.
And that's right. That's the right thing to do. I think a lot of people wouldn't think of that, but I mean, again, being in the corporate world and, you know, you go through a lot of this stuff, especially with stock and all that. I mean, I'm still subject to some non-disclosure agreements years afterwards that are still in effect, you know? And so I know I can't talk to people about certain things, even if they come up and they ask me about it because they've heard about it.
Well, we could, but we'd have to kill you.
Well, the toughest time was my wife, because I'd come home and say, "Yeah, we're working on this potential
thing,
thing,
this thing with the guy at the place over there."
I can't tell you. What do you mean you can't tell me?
That is Bentley.
Disclosure agreement. Yeah, but I'm your wife.
I was just texting Pam to ask her to let Bentley out because he started saying hi to everybody.
Yeah, we were listening. I just realized we're listening to Bentley.
Yeah.
So, Doug, one other thing that Reggie did, you know, was he used to like to do trivia, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to? Why don't we do some trivia and some giveaways as well? Let me make you big. And
so, Joe, the one thing I had 3 questions, but one, you know, Matt Woods kind of totally ruined by talking about it way too much. that leaves me with 2.
Right under the bus.
Hey, I have some questions if you want.
How do we?
All right, you can do one of them because I have 2 giveaways and you have a giveaway too. So I have
a giveaway. Yeah. Right. Okay. So maybe I'll try and think of a third. You know, thanks to Matt while I do the first 2. Okay.
All right. Well, before you do it.
Yep.
Let me show what I'm going to give away first. All right, for the first question. So let's do it that way. I think so that way people know. If they want to, maybe they don't want the stuff. So what I've got here is after years and years and years, when I first started collecting, the Fantastic Four was one of my favorite comic books. And when they finally came back after years of not being around, I started reading them again for a while. So I have here the first, oops, hold on a minute. Let me get these in the correct order, if I will. From 2018, when the Fantastic Four came back, I've got the first 3 issues. So I have number 1, and it's written by Dan Slott, who we loved on Spider-Man.
Yes.
Right. I have number 2. Right. And I have number 3. Great cover.
Very nice.
But really good. And I'm not going to take these out, but I hope you realize it. But I have here Arthur Adams variants for number 1 and 2 that are wraparound connecting covers that are here.
Ooh.
So not only are they wraparound, but they connect.
That's so you got to lay them out flat and screw them all up.
Let me see if I could do that.
Yeah.
I was thinking of holding on to these, but you know what? And putting them together. But I think whoever gets the first 3 should have these because they're really cool. So if you take
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah. So let's see. So here you see, let me see if I could do this at all. Here you see like the backs of 2 of them, right?
Oh, there we go.
You can see that. Like that.
Wow.
And
Arthur Adams is so talented.
Yeah, you just tape them together. It'll be fine.
Yeah. A little bit of Gibbon tape.
Yeah, or you open them together. You open them
here.
Yeah, packing tape would be good.
I mean, so it's pretty cool.
Resources make some really cool frames that you can put those in.
Right. I think there might be some for 3 and 4 as well. So you put them together, but I did not collect them, so I don't have them. But at least it gives you a start. So there's 5 copies here of books, and they would be the ones that we would use for the first set of for the first question. Answer the first question. So okay, so Doug, let me bring you up to the front here.
All right.
If I can. There you go. All right.
Okay.
So I don't think I have to make you big for this. Why don't you just
No,
get
no, it's
to the
fine.
question?
Yeah, he's not
You're
the
ready.
better looking of the Bratton brothers. Keep him tiny.
There you go. That's going to be my new trivia question, and if you answer Dave, you lose. No,
He kicked off the panel.
okay, so my first question, and I'm going to let other people judge who gets it in the chat first.
Yeah, everybody on the panel, you take a look at it so we make sure we know what the correct answer is.
Okay.
All right.
So, what comic grail did Reggie submit to CGC and found out on an unboxing that he received the dreaded purple label for restoration?
I can't answer that.
I know that one.
To be fair.
I know a lot of you know this.
It was
Why don't you
ungood.
repeat that? Why
It's
don't
a
you
big
repeat
book.
that again? Repeat it.
Okay.
Very
what
ungood.
major comic grail did Reggie open and during an unboxing from CGC where he received the dreaded purple label? I see
Tina.
Tina.
I think
Bye.
Tina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Tina.
Tina. I see is the
Tina.
first one.
All right,
Yep.
Tina was
Nailed it.
Your brother got it wrong completely.
Yeah. Boo, Dave.
Jeffrey, you just
Boo.
missed out. CJ just missed out.
Yeah.
It's a good thing
Joe
he's good
just
looking
missed
because
out.
he's not very bright.
Well, if it was a
Joking,
DC,
Dave, joking.
Wow.
if it was
Wow,
a DC
he's
book,
not
it'd be
even
all
able
over.
to defend himself, and his brother won't
I
defend
know,
him.
right? My bad, Dave.
No, it wasn't
All
Dark
right.
Horse. It wasn't Dark Hawk 1. It wasn't
Dark
Dark Hawk.
Hawk one.
All right, Tina, I have your address, so I'll send these things out to you as soon as
Very nice.
job.
Very deserving. Tina.
Excellent.
Yep.
Get
very
back to the
deserving.
OG.
Yay, Tina.
Hey.
All right.
All right,
I'm clapping with one hand. It's okay.
Matt, do you have one?
Well, I don't want to listen. I already still wanted Doug's questions, so let him
You want
ask
him to
another
do-
one.
All
No,
right,
you do one because you stole one of mine. So you do one now.
Okay. Well,
Okay, wait a minute.
Mine-
Before you do that,
Hang on.
let me show you what I'm giving away for this one. Okay, so everybody knows that I'm a big Justice League fan of Volume 1. So one of the things I learned from Reggie is when he was doing for his ASM run, is that sometimes you just have to buy a lot, meaning a lot of comics, like 10 at a time, 20 at a time, whatever else. So I did that for a long time. So I have a lot of doubles, even newsstand doubles and all that. So I picked out a few that I wanted to give out as part of this. And we'll do them in reverse chronological. Like 4 of them are from the Bronze Age. 1 is from the Silver Age. Justice League of America, Volume 1 comic books. And so here we have number 1. Whoops. These are not in order. Who did this?
Do them anachronically.
Who can't count?
There you go.
Okay, number 179.
Nice.
Okay. Number 172. Okay.
Nice cover.
This cover I like. Number 170.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Number 140, a giant.
Oof.
Oh,
And the Silver Age, one is number 66, where the JLA goes up against the dirty half dozen.
Oh wow,
I
that's
remember that cover.
that's awesome.
Purple hat.
All right, what is it? It's number 66. So in connection with this particular question, the winner will get these 5. And you know what? I'm going to throw in a 1.0.
oh,
Number 121. It's falling apart and all that, but it's number 121, Loose Staples. All right. It'll be a bonus book. I'll throw that in there too.
It's a good looking 1.0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Dave. I think it is a Neil Adams.
Yeah, that I believe that's a
It
Neil
is.
Adams.
yeah, I
it
think the
is.
same thing.
Yep.
So it's
Yep.
okay if it's a 1.0 because it's a Neil Adams.
Yeah,
That's right.
That makes at least a 3.0 for anybody else.
Absolutely.
All right. But in the real world, it's a 1.0.
All right.
All right.
You ready
So,
for the trivia?
So let's get the trivia here. Okay.
All right. Now, we all know that Reggie was a Marvel fan, more so than DC, but he still respected DC. But he was a big Stan Lee fan. So this is a Stan Lee Question. What is Stan Lee's first credited work in comics? What is the title of the comic book? The Google machine's getting busy right now out there.
Googling.
Is Stanley Lieber count, or does it have to be Stan Lee?
It was still under a Stan Lee moniker. So.
Oh, okay.
But that's a good question. That should be question number 4. What's Stan Lee's real name?
There you go.
There you go. You each stole a question from each other.
Yeah.
There you go.
We're even.
Yes.
Well, this is a
Dave's
tough
still
one.
mad at me,
I-
though.
Yeah, Dave's
Well,
still
this says
Dave's
cap.
upset with you.
I don't know what that means, but
Wow.
Ooh.
do you need a number for the comic book or just the?
Googling.
Oh, somebody
Yeah.
got it.
Oh, did they?
I guess the guy is pretty intelligent, okay? In the Captain America comics number 3, the story was Captain America fails the traitor's revenge, which is exactly what Dave Bratton has right there. So that came out in May of 1941. Stan Lee had been around for a long, long time.
Yeah,
Wow.
Gary almost got it, but not quite. And what does
He
Dave
was
say here?
just
Foils
behind.
the traitor's revenge.
Yep. Captain America foils the traitor's revenge. Yep.
Dave,
Good
good job
job.
Googling that.
Yeah,
Good job Googling.
Googling's fast. Wow.
Nerd, LOL.
That's right, nerd.
All right. These
That's not a, yeah, he'll be happy with that.
Hey, Joe, somebody's backstage right now.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. Aha,
Wayne.
there he is.
Sorry, my spotty.
I was just gonna say, where did Wayne go?
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
you were gone.
He's back.
Tomorrow, so it'll be better after tomorrow.
That's
Good.
good.
Sure
Dave
you
says he
did,
did
Dave.
not Google.
Yeah, sure.
Asterisk. He used
Yeah.
some other. He used Safari because he's on a Mac. That's
He's got a
know
time
that.
machine. Yes.
Yeah,
May or
I'm
not be
telling
a
you.
lie.
I know my brother.
May or may not be a lie.
Hey, listen, hey, Joe, I wore bell bottoms. Doesn't make
We're
you
not
that
going to
old.
start going down into the foils of old fashion, are we? Let's
No.
No.
Stop right here.
Yeah.
He used Alta Vista.
Joe, do you want me to tell what my giveaway is for the next question?
Yeah, hold on a second.
Okay.
Let me just set it up here since I'm late at setting it up here.
The,
You're gonna,
the hint is you're going to have some
right?
patience. Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. Oh, here we go.
Ooh.
Okay, so what are we giving away?
So this one, have some patience. Whoever gets this one right, once I get the Isolation 1 trades back from the printer, and the Kickstarter ends in 36 hours. So we expect it back sometime in July or August. So you're going to have to wait. But I will send the winner a free copy of the trade. And if Beth's still in there, maybe I'll see if I could get her to sign it or sketch it or something cool. So
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's a really nice gift.
Oh,
Yeah.
very good.
So
Now I
the
wish you hadn't given me the questions and the answers earlier.
yeah, sorry, Joe.
That's all right.
All right. So this one, just to let people know, is 2 words, and you're going to have to get them both right. Oh, thanks, Beth. You're going to have to get both of these words right because it's kind of a 2-part, 2-word answer.
Spelled
Here we go.
right or just right?
I don't care if we can tell what it is, try not to abbreviate. From what state and what room did Reggie broadcast his first videos from, which also forms the name of a restaurant chain if you add the word pizza in the middle?
That's a very generous hint. Come on.
That is a very generous hint.
Very.
Let's see.
You have to think about it. If you ignore the last part, you'll probably get it quicker. Pretty
Somebody's
fly.
got it.
Oh, pretty
There you
far.
go.
Pretty Fly's
Yeah.
got it.
Lenny.
You're all wrong. It's Oklahoma basement.
Oklahoma basement.
California kitchen.
Oklahoma basement.
Lenny, I got you down, but it's going to be a few months, so do not hesitate to shoot me a reminder if you haven't gotten it by sometime in August.
Oh yeah.
That's great. Yeah. So Reggie used to do those trivia stuff. One time, he asked me to come up with two trivia questions. So I came up with a Marvel and a DC one, and he had four other people on that were doing this, but he was also interviewing somebody.
Yeah.
And so when I get on, he says, "Just do one." And I'm saying, "But I worked really hard on it." He goes, "One is fine, Joe. One is fine."
One is fine.
So I saw something funny in the chat, and Lenny, you're the winner no matter what, because if I was wrong, you got my wrong answer right. Tina put Maryland ? Did Reggie release comic videos prior to California? I'm not aware that he did, but
I don't think he did.
Reggie actually may have. He used to do workout YouTube videos. There's some that have popped up.
Yeah.
I've had some pop up on my feed before. I'm like, what is this? And yeah, they're old.
Yeah.
Guy was jacked,
What is
man.
this? Delete.
Yeah. Has nothing to do with comics.
Right.
this
Technicalities are coming out now.
Well,
So he
either
may
way,
have
Lenny,
done some in Maryland.
we're gonna
Could be.
say it's California Kitchen, even if I'm wrong.
Well, you said Reggie collects, so you're good.
Yeah.
Well, Pretty
Okay,
Fly is
okay.
saying give it to Tina. So
Oh, there you go.
and now
Do both. Yeah. There you
that
go.
says art for both of them. So I think you're gonna have to figure this one out, Doug.
Doug, you know what?
There you go,
I put
Doug.
up a
Coin.
free book and art for everyone in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Beth.
And Tina says, "Never mind
Let's
me."
see how the last 36 hours go. I'm trying to I'm trying to pay an art team to do the next issue.
Tina absolutely does not want to be involved. Says,
Oh, look at this. She deleted it.
her answer.
No.
Deleted it. She's saying,
Ah.
no, that's so Tina. It isn't funny.
Yeah, I know. I
She
know.
already won once.
I'm already getting the 7 tier.
We're counting Lenny as the winner, but I'm sure I'll find something fun to throw into Tina's isolation
Always.
when it goes out in the mail.
Anarchy.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. And Tina's got the Kickstarter there. There's like 34 hours left.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
Tonight and tomorrow night, and ends very early Friday morning. So,
Right.
and thank you to, I know there's a lot of people in this panel and chat who have supported that, and it means a lot. So thank you.
It's one of the best series.
It's my favorite
that I've
comic
ever
book
read.
out there.
I mean, it just is
Bar
great.
none.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the artwork, Beth and the other people, you guys are fantastic.
I only like the artwork. I really don't like the writing.
Beth is in the swing of things.
Hey,
see, you're in
good
the swing
art
of things.
saves bad writing.
This
If
is
you've
just the way
learned
we do
nothing
things
from
here.
comics, great art saves bad writing.
There you go.
Every time.
Every time.
I know.
We are talking to the author too.
Right.
We're ruthless in this panel.
So, anybody got some final words about the, Gibbon Gang and this reunion of sorts that we've had today?
I want to throw in. First, Joe, I want to thank you for hosting this little get together.
Mm-hmm.
Because I, without putting words in anybody's mouth, I think everybody here kind of reflects the same kind of feeling. Like since Reggie's show went away, it's like Wednesdays are just less special. YouTube is a little bit less fun.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what it is? Wednesday just kind of seemed like an oasis in the middle of the week to
Yes.
break it up and just like a positive place on the internet to hang out. Yeah, I didn't feel like I was being sold anything. I didn't feel like, I was watching somebody do an impression of Jason Bateman in Dodgeball. It was just good, interesting conversation with great people.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
Well said, Phil.
Yeah, and Tina, I think we all agree, and I know you had a special, relationship there as well. So, he should be really proud of like the fact that we really wanted to get together, and felt, as Phil had said, kind of a little bit of a loss at having that, kind of that Wednesday night get together. And and a lot of the people in the chat that I dealt with, I've never met. I don't even know what they look like. I could be passing by them at Times Square and not know what they look like, but yet I feel like we had a connection. And the connection, was Reggie Collects and the show. And the fact that we actually got to meet each other at certain points in time, whether it's GarageCon or otherwise, I think is just adds to the whole feeling of community that we've had. Yeah. So I mean, I think I guess some others might have similar reactions or whatever, similar things. I know there's a lot of people that get together. A lot of them are going to Heroes Con in Charlotte this coming weekend to meet and so forth. I know I met some people at the New York Comic Con over the last couple of years as well. So I think that connection is there, and it's just something that you can't really explain to people that are not aware of it or involved with it. It's hard. They say, "What do you mean? This guy from out in LA and this other guy from Pittsburgh and blah, blah." I said, "Yeah, yeah."
Yes, Matt, Pennsylvania counts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Even north of the wall.
Even north of the wall.
He'll be proud of me.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of wonderful people thanks to Reggie, for sure. Many online, and really fortunately, many in person. And just as a shout out to Matt, Matt was the first Gibbon Gang member, even before Reggie, who I met in person, because he reached out and we said, "Hey, let's meet up in PA, Matt, Dave, and I to go get some comics together." So
yeah, we met in Lewistown, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And then we went to Williamsport.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Little League World Series.
Yes, it was.
I think a lot of it.
University.
Yeah, I think a lot of us got into Reggie either just before or during the pandemic. I think that's pretty much the time period.
Yeah. Mine was it was 2020, but it's kind of interesting. I found Reggie through Matt, actually, because I was watching Matt's, making his
Those cabinets.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's the same with me there, Phil. It's exactly the same.
And I watched enough. I'm like, all right, I'll do that in the next house.
When Matt won, when that was going on, and Matt won, I said to myself, "Damn, I should have been doing some sort of a room like that." Who's this guy, Matt Woods? So I started watching.
Who is this guy?
He starts to do the videos, right? Yeah. So I write. He knows the story. So I write to him. I say, "Hey, Matt, looks really good. I see like the way you make those cabinets. Do you have the plans for that?" So you took the time. You sent me some of the plans. You wrote me a note about it. I took a look at the plans and said, "There's no friggin' way I'm going to be able to make these things."
Yeah. You just need a table saw. That's all you need.
Table saw.
Sure. We'll run with that.
Screws and glue and
that's
plexiglass.
amazing, Tina.
Tina's definitely the OG there. Look at that.
Yeah.
800 subs. Wow.
You have to add a 0 to that. That's around when I came in.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the momentum is still going here. This is a good thing.
Or
Change is good.
Or we wouldn't be here, and so many of you wouldn't have your own channels. So
Absolutely. I got my start because of him.
100%.
Yeah.
First time I was on there, and I never thought I'd ever have a channel.
It was because of your dulcet toned voice.
The voice.
Absolutely.
It's like velvet.
And it was Reggie that said it the first time, because we were backstage and I started talking to him and he goes, "Oh my God, that voice."
But he was in horror of it, right? That was
Yes, I believe so. That's what I thought. I went, "Oh crap, this is gonna end badly."
They're pretty fly. Makes me wonder who the 799 subscribers are.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, where are they now?
That's how I found Gary B through Conan.
Yep. That was it. Yeah, so it's really good.
It is cool. Especially, I'll say this as a longtime collector who's been consistent collecting, to be able to go online and meet people around the world, in the States, and go, wow, like there's people that have the same kind of passion to comics as I do, and I don't feel like I'm being stared at like I'm some kind of a nut job. and have great conversations about it and meet creators and meet artists and meet collectors. It's because of the channel, and we're still doing it because this is why you did this, Joe, and we very much appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I'll expand on what Mark said there. It was nice to find people who collected oddball stuff or stuff that's considered oddball that, you turn around, you thought you were the only person who ever bought it. And I go to GarageCon and I said, well, I've been really looking for this book, Black Hole 4. And Wayne's like, oh yeah, I've got a copy. I've had it forever. The people chime in and I'm like, well, damn.
And because of this channel, I got my Black Hole 4 because Tina sent it to me.
Nice.
As an A-OK. Just because it's amazing. So we need to do this again sometime, maybe, Joe. You'll have to let us know what we do.
Yeah, I think we will. I mean, we'll let some time pass by, but I think it's kind of nice we can get together, kind of update each other's what's going on. I mean, a lot of us contact each other anyway, but having people come on and get in the the chat and so forth, and just having a few people getting around. I mean, just having like Randy come in. I hadn't heard from him. We haven't heard from him in a long time. To me, that's a thrill. Randy, it's just great to have you here. And a bunch of other people as well. Yeah. So before we go, I just want to remind everybody that some of us do have channels. We won't get into what's coming up, except that I will tell you that Milt Miller is going to be on the next Anachronic College of Comic Book Knowledge, and the topic is going to be about some kind of duck. I don't know.
Let's ask him all Donald Duck questions.
Why doesn't he wear pants?
I want to thank.
Go ahead.
Sorry, who's the guy from? I can't think of the musician's name. He was in the Blues Brothers.
Jim Belushi?
Jake and Elwood.
No, Duck. One of the. It was like part of his band. The guy's name.
That was in.
The guy was Duck. Yeah.
There you go. There's a question.
There you go. That is a good question.
Milt, don't Google that.
And I just want to thank a couple of guys. They're OGs with my membership. So we have both Phil. Thank you, Phil, very much. And Gary as well. And again, remember, like it's $1.99 a month. It's not a lot of money. And all the money goes that I get from that or from the store or from any super chats or anything like that all go to St. Jude's Hospital for Children with Cancer and the Tunnel to Towers Foundation that helps our disabled veterans and the families of our fallen first responders. So if you have it in yourself and you think you can afford the $2 a month, I tell you to take a look at that. We all got great shirts that came out. Nobody's wearing them today, I don't think, unless Trev is, because they got something black on.
No, I'm wearing the.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm wearing my soldier shirt.
Well, we didn't want to get berated by Phil again, so.
Yeah, I wasn't going to bring it up, Mark, but I was going to compliment you.
Oh, Jesus, not again.
Doug, do you know this rule at least? Come on.
No, come on.
Which rule?
You're not supposed to wear the shirt of the band you're going to see in concert.
Oh, I always wear the old ones, though.
Good for you, Doug. You just do it.
He's already seen them in concert.
Right.
Hey, Joe, I wanted to also say, besides the Gibbon gang getting together, this is a first chance. Matt Woods has been on a panel with me.
I was thinking the same thing, Trev. I almost said it earlier.
Almost a year of me doing live streams, and
we just keep on we're like two ships passing in a night. We just keep don't.
Trev, here's what you got to do. It's real simple. You just got to come up with a topic for the comic book crowd.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. Then we get you on, and Matt's only missed a couple in the 3 years we've been doing them. So chances are you could be on with Matt again. That would be easy.
Joe, I just want to add, it was great to see everybody, but especially Wayne. Missed you, buddy.
Yes.
It's neat that these friendships still can reconnect after time passes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was so thrilled when Wayne reached out to me about maybe coming on for a few minutes. And I said, you've got to be the secret guest. I'm
glad you kept it secret.
When I'm talking to Doug and to Matt, I really wanted to say something, but I said, no, I'm not saying that. No.
You couldn't tell us.
Honestly, I was afraid everyone, when they saw your thumbnail about the mystery guest, they were like,
Reggie's coming on? Oh, it's Wayne.
Some people ask.
Oh,
You know who was the second biggest guess? Tina.
Tina.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tina.
Boy,
Yeah.
can you imagine we got Tina on?
If we get Tina on,
How nice would it be?
Yeah.
That would be epic beyond belief.
But thank you, Joe, for having me, and thanks everyone. It's been so nice to see and reconnect with everyone again tonight.
Hey,
Thank
Dave.
you.
Again, Wayne.
Good seeing you, Wayne.
And we
Dave
will
Bratton, you can get back at me if we go see a baseball game on July 4th in Yankee Stadium. Just throwing it out there for you, Dave Bratton.
Yep.
I might be in town on July 4th.
Yep. I'm supposed to be doing it too, so I'm keeping that date open. We'll see.
There
what
you
happens.
go.
Too. No pressure,
All right,
Dave,
so-
but yeah,
None.
pressure.
So we will do this again. I promise it. I'm not sure when, but we'll do it again. And if people have other ideas that they want to do as part of this, we're happy to include it in whatever. But we'll do it a few months down the road. We'll have it another Wednesday night to kind of do it that way. And I think it'll be fun. Do it every now and then. Have a little get together, a little reunion about the Gibbon gang.
The 1D
I
crew.
like that. I'm in.
All right, so I'm going to say goodnight. How about everybody else? Thanks, everybody, for showing up. To everybody in the chat, thank you so much. It was great to see a lot of you that we hadn't seen in a while. Yeah, everybody's got the Gibbon gang thing going on there. All right.
Mine's
So-
over there.
Yeah, it's over there.
Our campaign upstairs.
So we'll see you soon. And don't forget the Anachronic Comic Book Knowledge. We're going to have another Espresso mail call coming up, I'm sure. And we will have the comic book crowd at the end of the month. A really interesting topic brought to us by Steve the Boys White, which is going to be really cool.
Ooh.
You know?
he's that way.
And of course, Steve has a channel. Trev has a channel as well. Always on. Great content. Doug Bratton, don't forget. Isolation. You got maybe 33 hours left now to go in there. Chuck finally had a video that came out, a live stream, and I was so busy I got in at the last 5 minutes. I did watch the replay. And Phil, you still have your Saturday morning shows, right? Plus the others. And you got to get your wife to comment more on things that she doesn't like, because I just start cracking up.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I'm
always
going to go and
gold.
suggest it to her right now.
Yeah. Tell her to be mean.
I'm working on her.
Nice.
I invited her out for coffee with Phil and I.
Oh, yeah.
go.
See that?
There
You'll
you go.
loosen her up. There you go.
And of course, Matt Woods, there's only one.
Mhm.
What can I say? You know?
Where is he?
The one, the only.
And Mark Andrews with the most eclectic collection of things. Not comics, I'm saying, but things
He's
that
got
are comic
stuff.
related.
Yes.
Amazing.
The most interesting man in the world,
Oh no.
Mark.
Where's
Body
the-
buried in the backyard.
I think Lenny subbed it up nicely. That'd be a nice chat to end on.
Let me see if I can find
Yes.
it. Where's it?
Right near the
Okay.
bottom.
It's near the bottom.
Well, it's like 5 up now. But
Oh, this one here? Yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
Amen.
There you go.
Amen.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Everybody, take care. We'll see you
You
soon.
will.
See everybody.
All right, love you
Good night,
all.
Everyone.
Love you,
Right.
Steve.
Y'all. Bye.